Thank you, Noor. A very good morning to all parents and students. A very warm welcome to SST eOpen House 2022. I'm Nick Chan, Principal of SST. I'm so happy to see so many of you here today to join us for this very special occasion where we get to share with you with what we do over here and what we are passionate about. Next, please. First, let me start off by introducing the panel speakers for today. So today I have my VPA and my VP Academic, Mr. Vincent Tan and Mr. Zi Guan Kiat with me. Next. Other panels include Ms. Priscilla Lee, Dean for Academic Studies, Mr. John Tan, HOD for Integrated Diploma Program, Ms. Doreen Tan, HOD for CCE, Mr. So Wee Peng, HOD for Organizational Partnership. We also have Mr. Wong, our Parents for SST Vice Chairperson, and Mr. Choi Min Suk, class of 2013. In fact, it's actually our first batch as a graduate from the computer science from NUS as a software engineer. And also we have our own very student from Sec 202, Sean. So let me kick off by sharing a bit more about SST. SST is actually, previous slide please. SST is actually 12 years old and about 100% DSA admission. What it means is that we are relatively established and yet young with only one entry point through DSA. As a relatively new principal for SST, coming to about 4 months or so, I could immediately see that SST is an amazing school with its sights set far beyond just merely a new school with some distinctiveness to it. In fact, it has a much deeper sense of purpose for the education landscape and the society at large. Announced in Parliament by then Minister for Education, Tharman Shanmugaratnam, on 4th March 2008, SST is to be set up as the Singapore's 4th specialized independent school with an emphasis on applied learning. And our school was established as a school of innovation by design. We will focus on interdisciplinary learning, especially on science, technology, engineering, aesthetics, mathematics, STEAM in short, and this forms our way of life over here in SST. So on the 13th April 2013, our school was officially opened by then Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Mr. Tharman. And being a specialized independent school, it constantly reminds us of our very existence to provide new and diverse routes for our students to develop distinctive talents. Next, please. So since 2008, two big ideas were actually conceived. Applied learning is the bedrock, the foundation of our establishment. And notice that MOE also initiated the nationwide applied learning program in 2015. Next, the SST one-to-one learning, previous slide please, with MacBook was planned as far back as in 2008, and now all secondary schools are accelerated with the MDLP in 2020 due to the COVID-19 situation, and the secondary school students now own a personal learning device under the new digital literacy measures. What this means is we have a lot to offer based on our experiences, and we are the forerunner, the harbinger who leads and signals the approach for others. Hence, we have a strong mandate, the mantra to lead the way through leading learning, leading nationally, and leading globally. And being that kind of school, it means that we are one that trailblazers, discover new pathways, never satisfied with status quo, and always look for ways to explore, to innovate, to become better. Next slide, please. So over in SST, we have the 3 core DNAs that define who we are, and I will say is our way of life over here. Looking in the middle of the slide, applied learning. This is a student testing her SST UNO designed for the InnoScience Challenge in Set 1 Changemaker curriculum. And on the left, STEAM and interdisciplinary, student at the VEX World Championship US presenting the robot design journal to the judges. They would have to apply the knowledge and skills from the different disciplines in this competition. And on the right, innovation. Students presenting their app to Apple CEO Tim Cook in 2019. So for applied learning in SST, it is actually weaved into our curriculum design, pedagogical approaches, and also assessment, and it helps students connect academic knowledge and skills with the real world. The applied learning approach is intended to help students appreciate the relevance and value of what they are learning in the academic arena and to develop stronger motivation and purpose to acquire knowledge and skills. So you will see the direct applications of skills, theories, and models, hands-on real-world applications, creative projects, independent or collaborative research, and experiential learning over SST. So through STEAM and the interdisciplinary approaches to connect their learning across subjects, we nurture our students with the confidence to think innovatively and learn by doing. That is, they will learn how to work independently and collaboratively on these real-world applications. Next slide, please. So next, with reference to the Committee of Supply debates that recently concluded in March 2022, I will briefly mention the key driving forces shaping our tomorrow. Accelerated technological changes with the increasing pace of disruption, increasingly fragmented world with an uncertain external environment, and evolving social fabric with diverse perspectives, ideas, and values. Next slide. And in MOE, the Learn for Life movement sets the key priorities for course 2022, and I will say that over in SST, we remain confident and steadfast in achieving these key priorities. Next slide, please. So for instance, in SST, we offer a wide range of learning opportunities through our distinctive curriculum designed for our students to become future-ready leaders with good character. We constantly embark on curriculum innovation to improve our craft as well as to enrich the students' learning experiences. Next slide, please. Furthermore, being an experimental school, we are geared with the startup mentality for innovation, and we constantly have an eye on the future and the possibilities ahead. Next slide, please. So for example, in January this year, I was deeply impressed and amazed by the quality of the SUTD MP SST Big D Camp, which is specially designed for students with a passion and proclivity for STEAM. We offer students an opportunity to experience signature SUTD learning programs and student life at SUTD, and they were given a challenge which requires them to apply their STEM knowledge and problem-solving skills. This challenge involves them redesigning an existing product and improve their function or ease of utility. Here, we can see the project on the smart wheelchair completed by one of the groups. The wheelchair has safety features and has remote controllable adjustable seat with detachable hand railings and climbable wheels. It also has a backrest which can bend to become a flat surface for transferring the patient to another bed. Next slide, please. Here's another project on the expandable, where it focuses on improving the existing bottle scrubber products by developing a working prototype that improves the cleaning efficiency and allows greater accessibility to users who may be physically challenged. Here, you can see the panel of 4 judges from SUTD and Ngee Poly coming together to give their feedback and evaluation for the students' presentation on their prototypes, which was completed in less than 3 days. Next slide, please. Next, I would like to share with you on another very authentic learn by doing student learning experience, our Computing Plus applied subject. In one of the Set 4 Computing Plus coursework presentations, Go Tour La, it aims to enhance tourism in Singapore by providing tourists with an immersive experience, boosting tourism in Singapore. The group hopes to achieve this by creating a wearable that uses computer vision to identify tourist landmarks and acts as a virtual tour guide by providing an audio description of the landmark. The user can also choose the audio to be provided in various languages, making it suitable for tourists who are not proficient in English. Next slide, please. Here's another project where you can see our students working on another innovation for such real-world applications. This is the American Sign Language ASL translator. The group aims to bridge the communication gap between people with hearing and speech difficulties who use ASL to communicate and people who do not know ASL. It does this by using computer vision to detect letters signed in ASL and putting these letters together to write out words in real time. The autocorrect function allows for correction of spelling errors due to minor mistakes in the detection of the letters too. And at such young age, our students are already collaborating with one another and even with external partners to work on such complex deep thinking projects. And you can similarly find this manifesting in our other customized SST programs. Next slide, please. At this juncture, I thought it's actually nice to share with you some of the comments from our partners and public of our own students. So over here from the principal of St. Andrew JC and also from the principal of and CEO of Ngee Poly, you can see that they actually mentioned about the point of the strong foundation given to our students by our school, and also by the Office of Admission SUTD. They also mentioned that what she has noticed from the SST students throughout this camp is that they are so ready to dive into problems. They are very difficult and they are ready to tackle these problems head front. Next slide, please. And also by Prof. Pei, from the Associate Provost of Education, SUTD, he also mentioned that through the interaction with the students and educators at SST, we see the strong synergies in our approach to grooming a generation of innovative, bright minds who will shape the future through their inventions. Next slide, please. And by the Mayor of Kaga, he also mentioned that the SST's emphasis on the applied learning and approach to STEM education is something uniquely ours, and you find that it's something that's actually worth learning from their side. Next slide, please. And from the parent of Muhammad Hakim, he was also mentioned that after 5 weeks of lesson, I began to appreciate the applied learning methodology that has become the hallmark of SST, and every exercise demands the students to analyze and synthesize. And over here, he was also mentioned that we are here to mold a generation of socially responsible and globally connected leaders. Next slide, please. Next up, I'll talk more about the SST alumni. So over here, we see Ho Yan-jing, who was actually one of the first recipients of the SCF Engineering Scholarship in 2016. She is currently pursuing aeronautical engineering at the Imperial College in London. She was also part of the Science Talent Development Program, and she attributes her interest in aerospace defense to a science project in SST in her secondary school days, when she conducted a research project on aerodynamics. In SST, STEM-related programs that are available to all students include the Interdisciplinary Research Studies, IRS in short, and Investigative Skills in Science, ISS, at the lower secondary, and Applied Subjects at the upper secondary. IRS seeks to hone skills in research such as data collection and analysis, as well as presentation skills. So after doing very well in the O-levels, she went on to ACSI, the IB program, and attained the Singapore Armed Forces Young Leader Award. And with the SAF Engineering Scholarship, she continued her studies in the aeronautical engineering at the Imperial College in London. Next slide, please. Next, Raghu. So Raghu is actually very passionate about robotics and coding, and he was a key member of both the robotics at Apex and the SST Inc. He was the Chief Technological Officer for SST Inc. and participated actively in robotics competitions and won awards in national and international competitions. He continues his passion by being an active member of the coding community after SST. After doing very well in his O-levels too, he went on to Hwa Chong Institution and attained the Singapore Technologies Engineering Young Engineers Program Scholarship and Ministry of Education EduSafe Scholarship for Integrated Program Schools. And he continued to be the HCI Info, Com and Robotics Society as VP and attained champion for the DSTA Cyber Defenders Discovery Camp 2016, silver for the 2016 National Coding Championships, and finalist for the IDA Ace of Coders for 2015. He was there. After that, he was actually talent spotted by the Ministry of Defense after his team emerged as one of the winners at the cybersecurity camp for JC and tertiary students organized by DSTA. Next slide, please. For this two impressive duo, they actually have the experience of setting up of 3 companies before, and they actually have come back to SST to serve, and they have crafted the version 2 of SST Udino. Han Ziyue from SST's class of 2015 was our first student to clinch a WWDC scholarship from Apple. He also received the Seminar Science Systems Prize for being the top 2 in the course, and Director's Honors Roll Award for being top 10% at Singapore Polytechnic's EEE Annual Award Presentation Ceremony 2017. Besides that, he attained the Diploma in Merit in Computer Engineering, silver medalist, and silver medal from ST Engineering Land Systems. And over in SST, both of them were involved in the Cyber Wellness Student Ambassador Program for ESCO 2015, Singapore Youth Flying Club CCA Student Consultant Trainer 2014 and to 2015, and both attained the Young Engineer Award Gold Award. And in fact, I have a chance to meet both of them recently. I'm so impressed by their confidence and passion that I invited them to start an office over in our school so that our students have a chance to work with them directly. Next slide, please. So for some basic general information, I thought that I would like to share with everyone. Next slide. We do have 100% of our students who qualify for the post-secondary education institutions. Next slide. And among those, about 55% of our students actually choose to go to JC or IB, and about 45% of them actually choose to go to the polytechnics. So it's about 50-50. Next slide. And among these, we actually have about 70% of our students actually choose to pursue STEM-related fields. Next slide, please. So for this segment here, I would like to actually make a special mention of our SST's 10th anniversary celebrations in 2020. And during these events, the Minister for Education, Mr. Lawrence Wong, then announced the pilot of the SST MP Integrated Diploma Program, IDP in short, and the announcement was also covered by major news media then. Next slide, please. And together with MOE, the SST community are very excited for the official commencement of the ITP for the current Set 2 batch, where they'll be the first batch to be offered this special True Train program, where they will not be taking the O levels and be having a very different learning experience as they move on to take the polytechnic route. Next slide, please. And this is the first of its kind, where the program caters to the academically strong students who display aptitude for STEAM, aims to equip them with adaptability and resilience to thrive in a disruptive, complex, and uncertain environment. So being a subsidiary of Ngee Ann Polytechnic, I'm most pleased to share that instead of 2, there are actually now 20 STEAM-related diploma programs and courses which are going to be offered to this year's Sec 2 cohort, which will be the 2023 first batch of SST MP IDP. These unique learning experiences through this SST MP IDP would cover distinctive curriculum design, support from Ngee Ann Poly, and universities such as SUTD with rare opportunities working with startups, community, and STEM-related industry partners. Next slide, please. SST has also forged many local and overseas partnerships to provide our students a very distinctive, immersive learning experience. Next slide. Some examples include our closest partners such as SUTD, Ngee Ann Poly, Ngee Ann Kongsi, P4SST, SSTAA, community and industry partners such as Hyundai, Infineon, James Dyson Foundation, Hardware Network, and our Learning Alliance Beyond Borders overseas partners, Lab Square, which forms our SST network ecosystem. Next slide, please. And at this moment, I would like to share a meaningful quote by Zig Ziglar, an American author and motivational speaker. If we measure our opportunities based only on what we see around us, we are fairly limited. However, if we measure our opportunities based on what we can imagine, the possibilities are limitless. And over in SST, the possibilities are endless as we constantly evolve through design and innovation. Next slide, please. And this is actually what SST is all about, to nurture passionate innovators who apply knowledge of science and technology, guided by the spirit of the humanities for a better world. And we don't give up trying and thinking, and most importantly, caring for what we do and who we care for. And with this uncertain and volatile world, we will need a lot of mental flexibility and great reserves of emotional balance to repeatedly let go of what we know best and learn to feel at home with the unknown. It is therefore crucial for us to stay curious and to have a learn for life attitude, and more importantly, to dare to dream and pursue your dream. Thank you for your attention, and I'll hand over the time to the next speaker.